Y is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
So you're
And
getting
now
another,
currently,
you're
I
getting
currently have a new computer.
I see, a Mac or PC?
hmm No, Mac.
Okay, that's the way to go.
Well, it's the
Uh,
way I've always gone, although it hasn't necessarily served me well of late. But
yeah. Does the fact that I sent you a link to a website that sells clothing for lizards, including a knit sweater that says sex house on it, did that help at all in making your
it
day a
did
little bit?
help.
Okay,
It
good.
did. I
All right.
responded.
I know. I
I
just,
told you I wanted both a lizard and an adult sweater.
yeah, it's true.
And I also love that the house, when you
Hmm.
look at it, that when you zoom it up to a certain point before you get too close, it looks like it's Noah's Ark, which made it even better
Oh, you're
because
right.
Noah's
Yeah.
Ark is the ultimate sex house.
It really is. That's a good point.
hmm And
Oh,
every Noah's Ark sweater should say sex house on it.
yeah. Oh man. The director's jumpsuit is great. The lizard eggs sweater, it's a great idea.
No, all
Uh,
of the attire is outstanding.
the Pantone clown suit, great idea.
Yes,
This is,
amazing.
we got to get these folks on the show. The lizard
We
bikini
really do.
dress,
Yes.
yeah. I can't believe they're sold out of the Sex House sweater.
Well, I can't believe they're not. I mean, it's amazing.
That's true. So the other website that I have found, I guess it's a Steam. I'm not sure what the uh, sort of a game. Uh, People can write, code their own games, upload them, and you can download them here.
Oh,
And so the game I have fallen in love with came out a couple, I guess last month. It's called Write and Fight.
okay.
So it is all of your favorite authors in a Double Dragon type combat game.
Mm,
So if you've ever wanted to see a shirtless Ernest Hemingway kick
of
H.P.
course.
Lovecraft in the crotch, you can do that here.
What ed what era?
So you have Dostoevsky. I can never say that right. I thought I got cocky.
Dostoevsky?
Yeah,
Yeah.
him versus Shakespeare or Charles
Oh,
Dickens. Mark Twain's in there.
Y is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
like are we talking about like young, kind of swarthy Ernest Hemingway? We talking
Well,
like
there's
Papa?
there's the Shakespeare one, so you can see. I
Okay.
mean, he's got
I
the.
mean, Shakespeare always looks that way
That's
though.
true. Yeah, good point. I think I believe this is Papa, but he's wearing a shirt, so it's not a complete,
Mm,
you know.
oh yeah.
But
Okay.
it's a great thing. I feel like I should get this for the kids so they can learn about literature, but
Yes.
also, learn something about street fighting.
I mean, these are two important things to know.
Exactly. This is what I was
They're
thinking.
priorities in my world.
Exactly. Hey, you crazy cats and kittens. What's the Carol Baskin intro?
I don't remember her having an
Great. Thanks
intro.
so much.
Wait, I just
Isn't it Hey
remember
Oh,
her.
oh you crazy cats and kittens? Something like that.
I
Was
mean, everything should be crazy cats and
it
kittens.
really should be.
hmm
Hit all my pals at the sex house. I don't know what it is.
Right?
But we have a very special episode today of the program.
hmm
And it's more visual, which is the perfect thing to do for an audio medium.
Well, most podcasts cover multiple bases, so we're
Yeah,
actually branching out into what our fellow podcasters have been doing for centuries.
this is true. And we got to go to Sweden, albeit
Ah,
virtually, and
but it
even
felt like we were there.
but even overcast where you can't see the northern lights. Peter just looked like he was having a grand old time.
Ah, I just want to be there.
So we talked with the Peter from the Arctic Bath Spa
hmm
and Hotel,
Yes.
and he also, while we were talking, kind of gave us a tour around the whole place. So
hmm
if you think, oh, I love listening to Swedish people talk about hotels, you're in luck. If you
Yes.
want to see this place, and trust us, you want to see this place,
You definitely do.
you can check out our website, whythepodcast.com, or also it will be on our YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
And you get a full tour of several of the different options for housing. You get the full tour
Lodging.
of lodging. Thank you. The full
If he
tour
wants
of,
you to move in forever.
oh, true. Good point. But if you were there, it would be hard to, pack up your snowshoes and leave.
I agree.
We saw the plunge pool. We saw the sauna.
We did. So the restaurant.
We saw the restaurant. Yeah. We saw the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
And
We
just
saw the river.
we did see the river. And it's just the design of the whole thing is amazing.
It's just super cool. And the inspiration for the architecture, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
It will definitely transport you. Like, I'm always the person where people say, like, oh, you need to watch this, it'll transport you there. Where I'm like, no, that's dumb. That's just gonna make me annoyed. This is really cool.
I love that that's
feel
just your
slightly
default
transported.
reaction is annoyed.
It is my default reaction to most things.
I know. Watch this. You'll be magically transported to Finland. No. No.
I mean, that's just who I am.
I know.
This is Why, with your hosts, Heidi Hedquist and Luke Poling.
This is the way it could look, or it's inspired by the look. It could be in the rafts in the white water. Then it could get jams like this. The logs could get jammed and stick out of the river like this. That's the inspiration behind this main building. And in this main building, we have the reception, we have the bar, we have the lounge, small lounge area, we have the restaurant, and we have the spa area. And we also have this floating rooms. I didn't say that, but all these things on water are actually floating. And these small rooms, we have 6 of those. It's a typical room, I would say, 24 square meters size. And they are also inspired by living by the river. It's a different architect than those. And he's from the Tornedalen, the Torneo River, up close to the Finnish border. And it's not regulated, and there's still, especially in the springtime, the flood can get into land and take out barns and small houses, and they come floating down the river leaning like this. So that's the inspiration behind those. And then we have these 6 rooms on land. There are 3 of them are 5 bedroom, perfect for small families or even a bit bigger family, but they are also suitable for couples or friends. And 3 of them are suites, really big, 62 square meters of floor space, really luxurious. And you can see they are standing on poles, about 2 meters above ground. And for 2 weeks ago, we had the situation, so we had about 50 centimeter left before the flood was connecting to the house, and it was we actually had to close down for a short time then. This is one of the family rooms, I could say, 5 bedroom. The master bed is downstairs, and a spectacular view.
Oh my gosh, I want to be there.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything else.
This is a nice bathroom with a bathtub and with also a view from the tub, the window. And all rooms have this stove, fireplace. Yeah. It's pellet heated, so it's really simple. The guests don't have to use any logs or anything to just push the button. And in the suites, this is the main bedroom, so to say. And it's amazing to wake up upstairs looking out like this in the mornings. And this is I
Definitely
prefer
trade
the
the big bed for the view.
I prefer these rooms in the winter time for sure.
Mhm,
It's a lot of space, really comfortable.
for sure.
But in the summertime, the rooms on water is so nice. They are really embracing, and you have the opportunity to go outside from the room and just jump into the river, take a swim before breakfast. These are the cozy small rooms on water. So this is the same pellet stove here,
Mhm.
and you have the views. Not as much windows as in the land rooms, but you got a view there, and we have this view pointing at the north. So if we're lucky, we could see the northern light. And all room has this ladder, so you can use from the room, take a swim. Right now it's not so comfortable. It's maybe 8 degrees or something in the water, but guests are actually still swimming.
Oh,
It's kind of what we are, Arctic bath.
yeah, we gotta live up to the name.
Yeah.
Well, so what was this area before the hotel was built? Because the hotel's relatively new, yes?
Yeah, it's quite new. It's the idea behind Arctic bath started in 2010 when our neighbor Tree Hotel opened up, and one of our partners was sitting at the dinner and said, all right, now when we are getting a lot of international guests to Harads, to this small village, we need to have a floating sauna on the river.
Mhm.
Then one of the architects behind Arctic bath, behind Tree Hotel, Bertil Harström, he went home and this is kind of his idea behind the floating sauna on the river. And from the start, it was actually just the sauna, and it developed further with a restaurant and with a spa department and so on. And finally, to make it feasible, we had to see, okay, we are probably not able to take in the money needed just with a restaurant and a spa. So let's make some rooms as well.
Mhm.
And then we kept calculating and realized, okay, maybe we need even more rooms. So now we have 12 rooms and a capacity of 33 guests.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
It is.
And you said,
Okay.
the guests go in the water even though it's a little chilly. I mean, doesn't the name of the hotel sort of imply it might be a bit nippy out?
That's for sure. And it is our main season, high season is I would say mid-December until mid-March. Most of the guests come for the ice cold, for the really icy winter, for the dark time of the year, for -20, -25, and for the northern light, of course. Today we will not see it because it's cloudy, but it's already actually a season for see the northern lights. And it's been a really good fall for that. But this is anyway, this is the way our guests, the entrance to the hotel. And as I said, this one has been used in a different way than just entertaining the guests. We have actually used them for work now.
Mhm.
And that life preserver, similarly, is functional if need be.
Yeah.
We haven't had to use them yet.
Well, here's hoping.
Keep it decorative.
Yeah.
And normally we meet our guests outside on the parking area or when they arrive with the transfer at the entrance. And then they come in and they see this, the pool in the middle. But before that, they go and check in here. And here we got our manager, Clara, and Juan.
Hello.
Yeah, and Juliet is sitting in the back office.
No.
Yeah. So
So
this it's a small place. It's a small hotel. That's the reception, the back office. Of course, we have other functions in other places, but pretty much what it is. This is the bar. This is the lounge area and another fireplace, also pellets bed, and it's a part of our heating system. We are sitting on Sweden's biggest energy source, the Lule River.
Mm-hmm.
We have, I think it's 15 power plants, water hydropower plants in the river. And of course, it's part of our DNA, and it's part of what we are, and it's also part of the sustainable life we are trying to live and to communicate to our guests.
Well, I was going to ask about that because a huge part about the hotel clearly is the view and the sort of relaxation side of it, and the spa is a very traditional Swedish spa, correct?
I will walk you through the spa as well, so you will see it. But it's a traditional sauna, Swedish sauna. Yes, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's other things as well. And the last years, it's been really kind of hot to do this cold bathing.
Mm.
In Sweden especially, I would say, but we have a lot of guests from all over the world that comes, and actually people from Germany or from UK say, oh, I used to swim every morning before I go to work.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of surprising for me. This is just a small restaurant. We can take about 21, 22 guests each seating, or actually we have had more, but to be able to have some space and service, it's a bit over 20. And then we get out on this round terrace again.
And is that a hot tub there or a pool?
No, it's actually the river.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now normally during high season, are there a couple Swedes in the pool at all times, or?
When we have the guests here
Okay.
in the summertime, most of the guests actually swim in the river directly. But this pool we have open for all winter round.
Okay.
Yep. And it's a lot of people coming and they say, oh, what's the temperature? They say like you, is it heated? No, it's not heated. It's,
Nope.
it's the river.
Just get in.
Oh, it's the river, but you can see that it's a net around. I don't know if you see it on the camera,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a net. So the guests are not able to try to swim outside. It's a shark net, we used to say,
Mm-hmm.
to keep the sharks or actually the pikes from coming in. Yeah. But this one we keep open all the winter, and we keep it open with the system of bubbles and streaming water. But it goes down to 0 degrees in the water.
Wow.
How often do you come into work and see somebody in there and just think, oh, okay, well, that's one way to start your morning?
Every day. Every day. If we say it's 50% when they see this, and it's hard for you to realize not right now, but it's snow on this deck, and it's ice in the water on the edges of the water, and it's 0 degrees, and people say, I will never go down there. Never. And then they check in, they got the bath bathing clothes and the bathrobe and so on.
Yes. I would do it. I would do it right now if I were there.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's that because you're in Sweden, this is the thing, like that hot cold combo of relaxation and
Right.
Yeah, but I think it's really, and it's scientific proof that it's good for you
Mm-hmm.
to have this hot cold treatment. Okay, we are in the small relax area here.
Mm-hmm.
So the steam sauna. It's not running around right now.
That's the thing, is that steam.
Yeah, that's steam. This is one of the locker rooms, the ladies' room. And now we are entering the Swedish sauna or the Finnish sauna. And
Now, what is the difference with a Swedish sauna versus others?
A Swedish sauna or a Finnish sauna, it's not that hot. You try to have like 60, 70 degrees Celsius, but a lot of moist.
Okay.
Yeah, and the moist is what we prefer. It's not a dry sauna.
Okay, this is more my speed.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be that hot, because when you throw water on the stones, then it gets really, really hot anyway.
And that's part of the Swedish thing, is to put the water on the stones so
Yeah.
they steam, right?
Yeah, that's right. And this is the big sauna. And these ones are also pellets heated. So you got the feeling of the fire, but you don't have to work with the logs and what comes with that, with a lot of dust on the floor and like things like that. So they are held from outside.
And how many people fit into a sauna at a time on a good day if it's super busy?
If it's super busy and we are full, normally it's like 24, 26, 28 guests. Then it's as we have 2 seatings at the restaurants, normally it's not so full, and we have 2 or 3 saunas, so it's really seldom it's crowded, but it can be up to 10 people in this room. This one is the more warmer one, and this smaller one is I would say 2 or 4 people sit in here, but most of the people actually go in this one. And then you can also choose between what level you sit in. If you sit close to the floor, it's not so warm, and if you sit up there in the top, it can be really hot.
Right. What is the traditional garb or lack thereof in the sauna? I know the Germans are, dare I say, verboten. Any clothing in the textile is not great for the skin and the breathing. What's the Swedish sort of approach to that?
We actually demand bathing clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have had guests from Germany that say, no, I don't want to use my my pants, but please, for the other guests.
For the rest of us, throw them on. Makes sense.
So it's if we take a sauna back home in the house with the family, then it's no textiles, but in public places.
Makes sense.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be shy to come here. You can. But after sitting here, one of our therapists have a sauna treatment or mindfulness. We call them a saunagus. And it's mindfulness and breathing exercise. And it's like 10-15 minutes in here. And then I would say everybody goes out this way. And together with the therapist or some from the staff,
right into the river,
take the plunge.
Yeah.
And it's really, really impressive to see how some guests, we had a Mexican guy here, his father and son was here, and he asked, oh, what's the record? I said, it's about 5 minutes. Okay. Have you done this before? No, he said. Then he went down and he was sitting there more than 5 minutes in 0 degrees.
He wants his name on a plaque somewhere.
Yeah, we don't have it. But it's, and of course we have these ones, the hot tubs are really popular. It's not only about the cold, it's to keep warm as well.
We could do the show from each of the 2 hot tubs right there. We could totally, please. And so do a lot of your guests, are they there for relaxation? Is this sort of because you're not located close to an airport, you require some distance and some time to get there. So if you're going to this hotel, you are intending to go there, correct?
We are actually, I would say, pretty close to Lule Airport is about a little bit more than 1 hour.
Okay.
From here. It's 1 hour transfer. And if guests come by train to Boden, it's only 35-40 minutes. So it's not far away in that sense. But it's of course it's remote. It's a small village on the countryside, and we often ask, "How did you find us? Why do you come here? What's so special?" And it's well, we read about it in New York Times or in Financial Times or Le Figaro or some magazine all over the world, and I would say that's the way we are known all over the world. It's through the medias, the press,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and we have had. We don't do advertising that much in a regular way, but we have working together with the organization with its Visit Sweden and Swedish Lapland Visitors Board, that are the regional organization for taking journalists over here and then making press trips, and also working to try to develop the tourism and the companies working with tourism.
I mean, you look at those, just one picture of those rooms out on the water, or even the main part of the hotel, it kind of sells itself in so many ways. You don't need a lot of advertising.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't. And I would say we are more famous abroad than we are in Sweden. But we are, especially during the COVID period, we had to change the way we worked and tried to see how to get more guests from Sweden. And we actually had, from the start, the first season, we had about 30% of the guests from Sweden and 70% from all over the world. We have had guests from Indonesia, from Singapore, from Australia, from Thailand, from the Middle East, both Saudi Arabia and the UAE. And we had from South America, North America, Canada, and of course from Europe. But we have also had, and I'm almost more proud of that, we have had guests from this village coming more than once, staying here. And
Well,
that's some I asked one of the guys that came first. It was a special price for nearby living, trying to show what we got. And then just a couple of months later, he booked again for full price. And I said, hey, you just been here. How come you're back? Well, I'm so proud of this place. I want to show it to my friends that comes up the southern part of Sweden. I think that's the best value we can get, the best, what's it called? Degree something.
The best promotion press you could get is that, yeah. And I noticed while we were walking around, there isn't any music playing. Is that normal? Or do you just have all the Enya turned off?
Right now it's turned off, but we have the speakers on the walls.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
We have a couple of them, but it's no party music. Normally
more ABBA, that kind of thing?
More like native music from Sami music, or really calming music. This is a really, really calm place.
Okay.
So it's good for your soul to stay here. A lot of guests come and just stay at the hotel and experience the spa and get the treatment. But some guests also want to fill their days with activities. So it's dog sledging, it's snowmobiling, it's skiing, it's walking on snowshoes and so on. But some people find it enough to stay just here for 1 or 2 or 3 or even 4 days. The guest that stayed longest actually stayed 11 days or 11 months.
Man. That person must have just oozed out of there. I mean,
yeah, it was an interesting guest. It was actually during the COVID period. She was working here or from here. She was from here, but she had her employment in Stockholm. But we have returning guests. I think we have a couple from Stockholm that have been here 7 times now.
Oh.
And they don't do any activities. They just come and stay for 1 or 2 nights.
yeah.
It must be fun to watch guests come in, stressed from the city or travel or wherever, and just watch that transition where they just suddenly are so much calmer.
It is, and it's I can feel it myself, even though sometimes I go here, even if we are close, I just do what I have to do, and then I go out and sit down on this area here, on this terrace, and I can sit there for an hour and just relax. So it's something special about the place, I would say.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the Northern Lights. That's like directly above you on a regular basis.
It is, but it's really hard to predict. Will we see the northern light? And of course, a day like this, when it's cloudy, you never see it. But
Right.
we have seen it actually from August this year. It's been really, really spectacular aurora this fall. And if it's dark, then it's possible to see the aurora, and then it depends on what happens on the sun and
Right.
the magnetic field from the sun.
Does that ever get boring?
No, it never gets boring because no day is like the other day.
Yeah.
And it's of course we had when the river was flowing over its bed, it was what should we do? Should we see it as a problem, or should we try to make something fun about it? Yeah, okay, let's do something fun. Let's transfer the guests with canoes, and let's do our best with it. So we are always trying to do our best, but it every day is different. I don't work here on regular basis anymore. I was the hotel manager for the first season. But now Clara, that you met on picture, is running the daily business.
It just seems like it's a hard place to get stressed about. Like it seems like everyone is just very relaxed and just, all right, we'll figure this out. This will be okay.
Yeah, I think so. And it's actually the feeling also. And I say we are in a way a 5-star hotel, but we are not in the official way as 5-star hotel, but we deliver a 5-star experience to the guests, and I think that's the most important part of it. And we are trying to be, or actually we are trying to be as familiar as possible, but still professional in every way.
And do you have any restrictions as far as guests? Is it like, can you bring kids? If there's a girl with a dragon tattoo, can she come in? What's the deal with that? Oh,
we have
no anybody?
No preferences at all.
Okay.
So we have families with kids, and it's okay if they take care of the kids. They don't want to drop them in the ice pool. So
Fair.
It's nice. We have had actually some drag queens here as well, making a
amazing
television program, and it was really spectacular to see with a film crew that say, "Oh, you have to do that again." "Oh no, that was good."
We got it on the first take.
The joys of television.
Right.
Yeah. But I think it of course this is a bit more spectacular than our normal Arctic lifestyle, but it is part of the Swedish or the northern Swedish, the Arctic lifestyle we have here. I have a sauna at home, and most of my friends have a sauna at home, and we do the ice bathing even though we're not here.
Right.
So we cut a hole in the ice in the wintertime, and then we put a ladder down there and take not a swim, but a dip anyway.
Right. And how long do you stay in there? I guess you said less than 5 minutes, I'm assuming.
No, I don't. I stay for like 10, 20, 30 seconds maybe.
Okay.
And then I go up. But the best feeling is when you get up and it's maybe 10, 15 degrees outside, and you don't rush into the sauna, but you stay outside. And then something happens in your body with the vessels and the nerves and everything. So it's an amazing feeling actually when you get up and overcome that feeling. You have to run inside to the heat again. That's actually really impressive to have that feeling. And it's kind of some people say it's a drug, and we have guests that come here and say, "I will never do that swim," and they do it again and again and again.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Heidi. I feel just so relaxed just looking at these
too.
pictures. This is so
I
just
do
like
too. Which is saying a lot, because we're two of the highest strung people I've ever met. So
Of course, it can be stressful working here, but still, it's a sewing place. You've got to the pulse actually goes down.
Mhm.
I would think so.
Yeah.
That view and everything just looks so incredibly relaxing and
Mhm. How
just,
far out do you recommend people book?
Sorry.
How far in advance do you recommend people book to get in? Is there a particular time frame that should they try it a year out or 6 months out, or does it just vary based on season?
We can say it's really depending on the season. The summer
Okay.
season is tending to be much shorter in advance. The bookings come, but in the winter season we have bookings that comes a year ahead, but it can also be 6 months ahead. But as it seems to be still a lot of people from all over the world, but actually not Asia or Middle East so far. But we have a lot of US guests had this summer. They are booking more in advance. I would say like 3 to 6 months.
so the sooner the better, the winner takes it all.
Yeah,
I gotcha. Okay.
but it's enough for the loser as well. So
For more information on the Arctic Bath Hotel, check out their website, arcticbath.se. And to see our entire walkthrough video with Peter, check out our website or find us on YouTube.
You can check us out on all the various socials. Be sure to visit our website and don't forget to leave us a review.
Today's show is produced by myself and Heidi Hegquist. Our reluctant producers are John Sauvé and Sandy Stone. Our willing producers are Rachel Allen and Randy Jeanette. Our intern is Zach Jackson. This one's for Philippe. Thanks for joining us. Flash, we're coming home.
Nigel, is that you? Are you here, Nigel?